if you will. Number 13, Annie Silverman, batting ninth and playing third base. Number 14, Olivia King, and playing second base but not batting is number 2, Ellie Gerstel for Attleboro. Leading off and pitching, number 3, Jenna Callahan. Batting second and playing center field will be number 1, Nina Sullivan. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 10, Lola Ronane. Batting fourth and playing third base, senior Maddie Moran, wearing number, I should know this, number 17. Batting fifth, the flex. It's like a designated hitter. It's for you baseball people. The freshman, number 18, Avery Graziosi. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 5, Savannah Bodecker. Batting seventh, the freshman, and playing second base, number 22, Kaylee Magnan. A little bit on her and a little bit later on why Attleboro is a 4 seed and not a 5 seed. Batting eighth and playing left field, number 4, Sophie Borges. Batting ninth and playing right field is number 23, Sam Fasante. And playing first base but not batting is Jackie Fasante, wearing number 8. And just a little quick recap on Memorial Day, Pat. Attleboro was playing Bishop Fee, and at the time, Attleboro was the number 5 seed in the MIAA rankings, and Bishop Fee was the number 4 seed. Attleboro down 2-1, and Kaylee Magnan, basically an add-on, started off the year in JVs, done a little bit of pitching, and settled into the second base role in the second half of the season, coming in batting 8th, and gets against a Stonehill commit, Riley Raymer, the pitcher for Fee, hits a line drive to right field, scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Attleboro ends up beating Bishop Fee 3-2, and because of that, flips to the 4 seed, and Attleboro and Bishop Fee drops to the 5.
Yeah, huge win for Attleboro, not only for the record books, but also in town, kind of an in-town rivalry.
Oh yeah,
so
I mean, from an Attleboro point of view,
to get that 4 seed over the 5.
Yeah, great to beat Bishop Fee whenever you get a chance on that. I think it's the first time Attleboro softball has beat Fee, at least in my memory bank, anyway. So it's again Attleboro featuring several Hawk All-Stars. You have Nina Sullivan, who is a Hawk All-Star alternate. Maddie Moran at third base is a Hockomock All-Star. The pitcher, Jenna Callahan, has been named a Hockomock All-Star. And possibly the most impressive thing that you can mention, sophomore shortstop, Lola Ronane. We're going to go by my stats because I don't like to bother the coaches too much. So my stats are a little bit off from what the stats are from their books. But sure. In this situation, my stats are a lot more impressive. Right. I got Lola Ronane, 38 for 61 on the air for a 623 batting average. She has, Pat, count them, 15, counting the game, the playoff game the other day, 15 home runs in 21 games to go along with 44 RBIs.
36 runs scored, pretty impressive. And then on the bump today, Jenna Callahan, 92 1/3 innings on the season. She's pitched in 19 games, started in 14. She's 11-4 with a 3.34 ERA, 1.32 WHIP. Holding opponents to a 245 batting average.
Caitlin Chang leading off for the Rockets. She's 17 for 38 on the air, 447 average, 12 RBIs, and has the home run. And near as I can tell, I think she has the only home run for Needham. And there's a strike to start the game. Jenna will feature a fastball, direct changeup. She has an occasional slip pitch that she'll show, and she's been working on a rise and a screwball as well. And there's a ball up high. Doing some quick research on Needham. They're coming in and averaging almost 10 runs a game, I believe, and giving up just, what, 4.5, I think?
Sounds about right.
And there's a ground ball in the hole. Oh, past the diving Ronane. We got a base hit to left field. So Needham starts off just the way they want, getting their leadoff runner on, and see if they'll test the arm of Savannah Bodecker. And Bodecker settling into the catcher's role early in the year for Attleboro, allowing Nina Sullivan to go out to center field. Basically, Needham was the starting catcher, but it's what Nina in center field does is stabilize the center field, and Savannah's come in and done a great job. Batting second now for Needham is number 6, Liv Kirshner, hitting .255 in the year with 5 RBIs, 13 hits. Looks at strike one. Moran in close, looking for the bunt. We'll see if Needham tries to do some small ball. And there's a foul ball out of play. Pat, I'm not sure if you're aware, Paul and I have a flinching contest of any foul balls that come straight back at us. If you flinch, you lose a point. Peter sometimes plays. Sometimes my mother-in-law, when she's around, plays. She doesn't know it. I am beating Paul on the season, and I think that's the real reason why he's not here. He didn't want to suffer the humiliation of losing another season to me. The ball outside, a little bit of a screwball there, 1-2. Jenna trying to get it a chase on the 0-2 pitch. Moran takes a couple steps back, is now even with the bag at third, not expecting the bunt on the 1-2 pitch. And the ball just high, just out.
Yeah, looks like she just missed a little high.
Good spot to miss, though, on 1 and 2. You want to see if you get people to chase after your pitch. Everyone straight away in the outfield. And there's the foul ball. Going after Coach Homer. Lola Ronayne in the game against Newton South hit a line drive to Coach Homer in the coach's box, hit him straight in the hand. 2 innings later, I'm sorry, that was in the scrimmage game against Norton. 2 innings later, he's on the side with an ice pack on his hand. 2-2 delivery. And ball high. So 3-2. Peter Bray will be on graphics. Again, I'm Kevin Callahan along with Pat Holland. We'll see if Chang, the pitcher, is in motion here on the 3-2 pitch. There's a foul ball away. So Chang doing a nice job fighting off a bunch of pitches. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
Kirshner.
Kirshner again, 13 hits on the season, 51 at-bats, .255 average. Chang was not going on the pitch. Not going again. It's ball 4. So a leadoff walk and a hit now has the Bombardiers in a little bit of trouble. That's the exact way you don't want to start a game, Pat.
Bear down now, right? You want to, obviously, every pitcher, right? You want to come out and stay ahead of the batters.
Work from ahead. So stepping up to the plate now, Kelsey Pittman, number 7, hitting .388 on the year. She looks at ball 1 low. She leads the team with 16 RBIs, wearing number 7 and playing the 7th spot. Moran in a few steps, expecting a possible bunt. And there's a fly ball, should be routine. Borges is under it and left and catches it. Always the good news about that, Pat, is if she does drop it, the runner on second, Chang was back on second, so the force out was in play. Should she drop it deep enough so there was no infield fly rule.
Exactly. Easy can of Cohen for the left fielder.
No such thing as anything easy in a playoff game. But you're right. No, that's routine. Stepping to the plate now is number 12, Morgan Kraft, .373 on the year. The catcher, she turns on the first one a little bit early and fouls it off down the left field line. She looked rather aggressive on that swing.
She did.
Again, our home plate umpire is Paul McDermott. On the base is Rob Pimentel. We've had both of them in the past. Very good guys. There's the top up. So Callahan way up 0-2. That one somehow, how'd that get out of the fence? Peter Bray put up his magnet and sucked that ball over the fence or something. I'm not sure how he did that. Callahan up 0-2 and looking for a strikeout or a pop-up to the infield here to get that all-important second out. Throws a changeup, and it was just tipped, and Bodeker couldn't hang on.
Yeah, it was a great call on that right there.
Good changeup, had her out in front of it.
She's been aggressive.
Absolutely good. Change your spots, change your spots and change your pitches, change your speeds. I used to like when I played baseball, and they would yell at the catcher, "Oh, you got to catch those." Like, how do you practice foul tips into the mitt? Ball outside. An aggressive lead by Chang at second, not going anywhere. Also aggressive is Kirshner at first. Needham has first and second, nobody out. You're watching here on ACS Sports. Attleboro versus Needham in a Sweet 16 game. The 1-2 pitch, and swing and a miss, strike 3.
Right
Big
by
second
her.
out. What's that, Pat?
Blew it right by her.
Yes. going with a kind of like a high heat bit of a riser. And coming to the plate now with 2 outs now, Stephanie Susher, or Souchier. She's 15 for 43 on the year for 349 average with 11 RBIs on the season. First pitch of the at-bat, just a bit high, ball 1. Again, Needham coming in with a 12-5 record. I believe that was good for second place in the Bay State Conference, just behind perennial power Walpole, who's always good.
Yeah, good programs.
Yes. The 1-0 pitch. And there is a pop-up. It's playable, and Magnan calls for it and catches it in foul territory. A nice catch by the freshman, Kaylee Magnan. And Needham, after putting the first 2 runners on, the next 3 get retired on a fly out to left, a strikeout, and a foul out to Magnan in foul territory. So after a half an inning in play, no runs, 1 hit, 2 left on base. When we come back, we'll have the bottom of the first inning right after this.
W.H. Riley is here when it comes to heating your home or business this winter. W.H. Riley & Son always welcomes new customers. They're a family-run business serving the Attleboro area since 1873. They offer heating oil and propane with 24-hour emergency service. For more information, you can contact them at 508-699-4651 or their website, whriley.com. W.H. Riley & Son, 35 Chestnut Street, North Attleboro, a company Greater Attleboro residents have called on since 1873.
And as Paul likes to say early on, you know what that means when it's dead air. We're back.
Yeah, back.
Going into the bottom of the first inning, pitching for Needham is number 8. Pull up her stats here. It's coming in 7-3 on the year, 68 2/3 innings, 75 hits, 37 runs, 22 earned, 49 strikeouts, just 11 walks. That's good for a 2.24 ERA and a 1. Can't even read my own writing. Is that a 1.25 whip?
It is.
Which is a good whip. So good control, good pitching matchup. Around the horn for Needham, Cheng pitching, Kraft catching at first base, Souchier, second base, Gerstel at shortstop, Kirshner, third base is King, left field, Pittman, center field, Pucillo, and in right field, Navales. Leading off for Attleboro and her new batting gloves, I know that because I know her a little bit, is number 3, Jenna Callahan. Jenna coming into the year hitting .514 on the season, 38 hits in 74 at-bats, 27 singles, 9 doubles, 2 home runs, 18 RBIs, and 31 runs scored. Attleboro's very potent at the top of their lineup. Good back control out of Callahan, Sullivan, Ronayne, and Moran. The surprise of the year has been Avery Graziosi, started the year in JV, has now settled into the 5-hole. You don't see that too often at the varsity level.
Yeah, not at all.
Third baseman playing even with the bag, not expecting a bunt. First pitch and a fastball away. Callahan follows it off. 0-1. Kind of looked like a bit of a rise there. Some decent pop on the fastball by the pitcher. 0-1 to Callahan, trying to help her own cause, as they say. Can't get much more cliche than that. Second pitch. Ooh, going for the high heat there. Callahan deep in the hole now, 0-2. Good crowd on hand here at the new grass field in Attleboro. And takes the ball outside and call that a bit of a changeup, maybe?
Yeah, it looked like a little, yeah.
Took a little something off of it anyway.
Yeah, I'd say a changeup that just tailed away.
Yeah. Paul likes to call everything like breaking balls. I don't. And there's a base. There's a line out. Thought that had enough on it to get over the second baseman's head. Hit well, but not hard enough. So a line out to second base to for the first out for Needham. Second baseman on the play is Ellie Gerstel with a nice play. Coming to the plate now is honorable mention Hawk All-Star Nina Sullivan, hitting .339 with a .480 on base percentage, 20 hits on the season and 59 at bats. Worked 16 walks on the season. Third baseman playing a little bit further in now than she was for Callahan. Looks at the ball high. So there was a minor switch to the Attleboro lineup after the regular season to the scrimmage and then the first playoff game. Maddie Moran and Lola Ronayne switched the 3 and 4 holes. There's a ball up high, 2-0. So though Callahan swung at 2 high ones, Sullivan has laid off. So if anything, Cheng's missing a little bit high
looks
right
like
now.
She's been high on most pitches except for that changeup.
Right. That
Nice
one she
cut.
took a little something off that one, and Sullivan just missed it. 2 balls, 1 strike to the junior. Beautiful day today. Holy cow. You don't get these in March, April, or May. The showing bunt there on 2-1 fouls it off.
Typical New England, right? We go from 50 to 85.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing in between.
Pitcher Chang is a junior, so she'll be back next year for Needham. 2-2 to Sullivan. Pitch and swing and a miss. Strike 3. So 2 away for Hawk All-Star Nina Sullivan. Nope, Lola Ronayne. Lola coming in, as mentioned a little bit earlier, hitting 623, 38 for 61.
I don't think the third baseman is going to be in for her.
No. She's playing right next to the left fielder. No, just kidding. A ball away. Tough to sneak up on people this time of year. I imagine they're going to try and pitch Lola away,
Wow.
maybe take
Yep.
advantage of her being a sophomore. So no score, bottom of the first, 2 outs. And then there's a drive to deep center field, but she just got under it. Camped under it is the center fielder, Pasillo, to record the 3rd out. So for Attleboro, 3 up, 3 down. Pat, your thoughts after 1 inning of play?
Yeah, I mean, there was some good approaches by the Attleboro batters. You know, just gotta drive the ball a little bit more. But she's making it tough. Everything's up, and they're just getting under it a little bit.
Maybe a little bit of nerves on maybe in both teams as well to start
Sure.
the game as teams settle in. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have second inning action for you here on the AACS 15 Sports. And Kevin Callahan along with Pat Holland. We'll be back right after this.
Bristol Glass, 110 North Main Street in Attleboro, has supported local high school sports for many years. Bristol Glass has been chosen for glass replacement projects for home and business for over 60 years. From shower doors to auto glass and mirror replacement, Bristol Glass is ready to do the job. They accept most insurance plans and serve several communities around the Attleboro area. They're open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. You can contact them at 508-222-5810 and on the web at bristolglass.com.
And welcome back. AACS Sports coverage of Sweet 16 MIAA softball action. Our home plate umpire, Paul McDermott. On the bases, Rob Pimentel. Hopefully enjoying our broadcast. So far, so good?
So far, so
So
good.
far, so good. Coming to the play will be the 6, 7, 8 hitters for Needham. Leading off will be number 3, Maddie Navalis, hitting 277 on the air with 10 RBIs. Go along with her 13 hits. Callahan has been a pitcher that has gotten stronger as games have gone on. And there's a shot right at Ronayne. Bobbles it, comes up, and with a strong arm, fires out across the plate.
That was a great throw.
1 pitch, 1 out on a hard hit ball. And covering a few of the games this year, going to most of Attleboro's games, I will put Attleboro's left side defense, their arms are up against. I like to compare everybody to Taunton. I put them up against Taunton's defense any day of the week. Coming to play, Maricel Pusillo. She goes after the strike 1, so Needham was told to be very aggressive this inning.
Yeah, it was a great play by Ronayne, right? Bobbled it, kept it in front of her, took her time, picked it up, fired a strike to the first baseman.
And that's the key. With her arm, she can do that.
Yep.
The 0-1 pitch, a changeup, just up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike to Pusillo, a senior, hitting .340 on the year to go along with 12 RBIs. Sullivan shades to the right in center. There's another ground ball, and Moran lets it go to Ronan. Ronan across the diamond, fires her out. 2 in a row for Ronan. 3 pitches, 2 outs. Coming to the plate now is number 13, the sophomore, Annie Silverman. Silverman on the year hitting .233, 7 hits, 5 RBIs for the lefty hitting sophomore, who's in the DH Plex, goes after the first one. So a lot of first pitch swinging this inning for Needham. So Callahan for the 3rd batter in a row, working from ahead. If you count that the first pitch was an out, I guess that's working from ahead.
Yeah.
Why not? The 0-1 delivery to Silverman, and takes a little something off the swing and a fly ball and lands just in front of Sullivan. Knocks it down for a base hit, just kind of like a stick the bat out there, and drops over the infielder's head, but in front of Sullivan for a soft single to straightaway center, but with 2 outs. Needham's got a little something going on here with a runner on first, and coming to the plate now, the 9-hitter, number 14, Olivia King. King on the year, hitting .227 with 5 hits to go along with 3 RBIs. And there's a strike called on the inside part of the plate, 0-1. An important out here. You always want to see nothing against a 9-hitter on any team, but you never want to see the order flip over. You always want to see if you can get the top of the order up with nobody on. And there's a kind of like a screwball and a throw down to first. Everyone back safely, because that was a ball outside running the count to 1-1. Needham, coached by head coach Jamie Nix. Yeah, foul ball deep into the. No, does it go after the pickup truck? Just goes over the pickup truck going down the road. 1-2. Speaking with Coach Jamie Nix before the game, I said, got anything to say about your team? Anything? They're all great kids.
Perfect.
And a changeup gets a strike 3.
Again, right? Overly aggressive at the plate. Just take enough off of it.
So a 10-pitch inning for Callahan brings it to 30-2. And after 1.5 innings, we have no score. When we come back, Moran, Graziosi, and Bodeker right after these messages.
Bristol Glass, 110 North Main Street in Attleboro, has supported local high school sports for many years. Bristol Glass has been chosen for glass replacement projects for home and business for over 60 years. From shower doors to auto glass and mirror replacement, Bristol Glass is ready to do the job. They accept most insurance plans and serve several communities around the Attleboro area. They're open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. You can contact them at 508-222-5810 and on the web at bristolglass.com.
And welcome back on AACS 15 sports coverage of MIAA Sweet 16 softball action. Winner of this game gets the winner of Bishop Fien versus Andover at a site and time TBD. It's always a good place to play, TBD.
It is. It is.
If Attleboro wins, they would host. If Needham wins, I think either way, if Needham wins, they have to travel because the Fee and Andover game is a 5 versus 12. So Needham, if they win, will have to travel. If Andover wins, they would need Needham to win for them to host. And if Needham wins and Fien wins, Fien would host. So Fien has more than one reason to root against Attleboro today.
It's true.
Stepping to the plate now for Attleboro against Caitlin Cheng is Avery Graziosi, and as previously mentioned, coming out of nowhere to hit .426 with a .440 on base percentage. Graziosi with 15 hits on the year, looks at a ball down and away, 4 doubles on the year, 16 RBIs. I think she has 2 game-winning, like walk-off type RBIs as well.
Impressive for a freshman, you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Maddie Moran. Avery Graziosi's on deck, so when I give you her stats. See, you sit in the Paul's seat, you automatically stop making mistakes. Maddie Moran on the air hitting .388 with a .506. Hit her 4th home run the other day in the Newton South playoff game. Has 4 on the year, 3 in the regular season, 1 in the playoffs. And there's a fly ball to deep right center. Is it carrying? Is it far enough? And it's dropped into right center. Moran hustling around second, takes the turn, but holds up at second. Pat, how you calling that? You going to error or are you going to double?
I'm going with a double on that.
Okay.
It was between them both. They weren't. I don't think they were close enough.
No, I think actually what happened there, Pat, it almost looked like a miscommunication. I think each one thought that the other one was going to get it, and they both kind of came up shy of each other, and the ball dropped between them, and basically to the warning track, if you could picture a warning track without one, the fences are 200 feet away from home plate. Stepping up now is Graziosi. We already gave you her stats. So for Marian, that is a double on the season. That is her, what the heck is it? That's her 7th double on the year. And there's a shot down the third base line. Fair ball! Tipped by the third baseman. They hold Moran at first, and Graziosi slides into first base with a hard hit single down the left field line, just past the outstretched glove of third baseman Olivia King, and that was a hard hit ball.
It was.
So Attleboro has a little something brewing here now with runners on first and third. Nobody out. Stepping to the plate, Savannah Bodecker, hitting .290 on the year, 18 hits, 2 doubles, 13 RBIs.
She jumped all over the inside pitch.
Yes. We'll see if they put Graziosi in motion here. First and third, nobody out to take the double play possibility off. Runner does not go, and Bodecker looks at strike 1. I think I would put Avery in motion. She's not the fastest base runner on the team, but it's the old first and third play, and it's still effective. And if they throw it down, Moran would probably be able to score.
Yep.
No score here, bottom of the second. Showing Bodecker. She gets it down, but it goes foul. Coach Homer twice now showing bunt with 1 strike on the batter.
Right. A high pitch, too.
I've done that as a coach before. I don't know if you have. Sometimes like, okay, I'm going to give you 1 to see what you can do with. On the second one, we're going to put a bunt down. And it seems like Coach Homer might be playing that as well. The 0-2 pitch and ground ball. Moran off on contact. They go straight to first. They get and she's safe on an error.
Yeah, tough play. Third baseman makes the play. Throw in the dirt, and first baseman couldn't hold on to it.
So I'm going to have to go with an error on King. I'm actually going to give her an RBI because if she was out, Moran was scoring, and they weren't playing for the play at the plate. So Moran was going to score no matter what. So I might be going off off the cue card, but
yeah, you know that stuff a little bit better than I do.
And there's a ball, kind of
that's a nice block by the catcher.
Yeah, to the freshman Kaylee Magnan with the key hit against Bishop Feehan in the bottom of the 6th. She then hit well in the scrimmage and had a couple of hits in the game against Newton South the other day. Impressive win over Newton South. Everybody got a hit. And there's a bunt, a good bunt out to the pitcher, going down the line. Sack bunt works. Everybody moves up.
Guys, great bunt.
And just 1 out now. Sophie Borges with a couple of hits as well in the playoff game against Newton South. Borges coming in with a .370 on base percentage. She has 10 hits on the year, 7 RBIs, has scored 13 runs, and worked 8 walks. And we'll see if Coach Homer is doing a courtesy runner. And we'll see if he is. It could be a courtesy runner for the catcher, Bodecker.
Yep.
In which case, it looks like that's going to be Brooklyn Cameron. Basically what that means, because you got your pinch runners, you got your courtesy runners, Brooklyn Cameron, for lack of a better term, is now married to Savannah Bodecker, so she can continue to run. Whereas you do a courtesy runner, say you wanted to run for Graziosi, you could do that once, but if you do it again, she's out of the game. Gotcha. But Bodecker, she gets on 3 times. You can continue to run for her or Callahan for the rest of the game once you have a courtesy runner. So Cameron is in to run for Bodecker. And there's a fly ball. That's deep enough for a sac fly. Is it deep enough to carry? And she's over the fence. Hit the home run. No, she called her out. But she tagged up from second base for a 2 RBI sac fly over the fence. And what a catch by the Needham left fielder, Kelsey Pittman. She caught the ball and fell over the fence. 2 runs scored. But taking away a 3-run home run, but that's got to be catch of the year. Get that one on ESPN.
Da-da-da, da-da-da. Yeah, that was a great play. She tracked it all the way back, went up.
Wow, running the
Looks
score.
like they're going to have a conversation.
Well, the conversation, I think
If
Coach
the ball
was asking.
carries you over the fence.
Is it a home? Yeah, I believe it is an out, but they're saying, are you sure that she caught the ball? Or did it pop out of the glove? Obviously, we're behind home plate.
Yep. It looked like she caught it.
It looked like she caught it, and I
we're
believe
200 feet away.
Yeah, if you determine that she caught it on the other, you have to have some part of your body on this side of the fence.
Correct.
And it could be a toenail. As long as there's a part of your body on this side of the fence where she caught the ball, it is an out, is my understanding of the rule.
Yep.
Both umpires look like that's how they're explaining it right now. But wow.
That was a great play, regardless. Like
Great catch.
She tracked that right back to the fence.
Robbing
and
Sophie
just made an
Borges.
outstanding play. And again, great play by the Attleboro runners to tag up.
Both
of
tagging
them,
up,
right?
and yeah, a 2-run sacrifice fly. You don't see that too often. And if there was a runner on first, it probably would have been a 3-run sacrifice fly.
Like he's calling for somebody.
Another.
Oh, they're gonna put her back.
Because she's out. Oh, because she's out of play. Blue, is that because she was out of play? The runner has to stop at third? Okay.
Yeah.
We think it's because the ball is out of play. It's only a 1-run sacrifice fly. So Cameron goes back to third. So that's how I understand this. Once they fell over the fence, it becomes a dead ball.
She gets one base.
And she gets one base on the dead ball.
Yep, makes sense.
Coming to the plate is San Fasante. So just to reset, there's 2 runs in. There is a runner on third, and there is now 2 outs. And the count is 0-1 to San Fasante. 375 on base percentage. Looks at ball 1. So 1-1. So Brooklyn Cameron again stays at third. So she does get credit for the tag up from second to third.
Or she gets one base anyway.
I'm gonna
dead ball out of play.
And there is a shot to second base. And second baseman comes up and throws a first. Nice play by the second baseman, Gerstel. So Attleboro is retired. Okay, sure. Okay, so 2 runs for Attleboro on 2 hits, and 1 left on base. So we think, again, just to repeat, we think once the ball goes out of play, it's ruled a dead ball, and we think that's the ruling on the play.
Gets one base.
And the runners get one base.
It's a catch and carry. Once she goes out of bounds, every runner gets one base.
Right.
So it's
Oh.
catch and carry.
Yeah, she
So
has
it's a
to
catch and
come back
carry. Okay. So Cameron does not score. So 2 runs in on that. So there was 1 error and 2 earned runs because we determined that the run would have scored on the error anyway. So, wow. Oh, actually, only 1 earned run. The sac fly. No, she didn't score. So, okay. So, all right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be top of the third and 2-0 here in Attleboro.
Does your back hurt after a long night's sleep? Has your mattress seen better days? Is your current bedroom furniture a mixture of different furniture sets? The Bedding Center, located on Pleasant Street and proud sponsor of this radio station and high school sports, offers a wide array of mattresses along with beds, bedroom furniture, and odd-sized mattresses and box springs. You can reach them online at bedding-center.com or by phone at 508-226-8090.
I don't think I hit a commercial. Or is it done? Okay, interesting, Pat, you just mentioned off here that if she tries to throw it back from the other side, she could take another base in a game against Bishop Fee. And the ball went under the fence for what would have been a ground rule double, but our left fielder reached under the fence and pulled it back in, allowing the runner from first to score instead of just getting the 2 bases. Leadoff hitter.
Yeah, we had a discussion about that too. I still think that should have been a dead ball. But
Yes, yeah,
exactly. As soon as it goes out of play, it's dead.
Caitlin Chang, 447 on the year, had a lead-off single, was stranded at second in the first, and a changeup by Callahan.
That's a great pitch.
Up 0-2. Chang pitching effectively through the first 2 innings herself. Does find herself in a 2-0 hole here in the top of the third. Callahan way up 0-2. And there's a changeup and a fly ball to right, and coming in is Fasante, and she catches it. I won't say on the run, but on the jog.
She was, yeah.
Faster than a jog?
Faster than my jog. She was moving.
I don't want to get into any sort of shaming because there's a lot of things I can do, but already faster than my jog, too.
Yes.
Stepping up now is Liv Kirshner. She drew a 8-pitch walk back in the first inning and swinging away at the first one. And if we play, it's in fair territory.
Oh.
Pat thought the ball was coming down top of his head. The ball landed just in front of the home plate.
Never know.
Wait, that's a flinch.
It is. Thanks.
Paul, if you're listening, I'm winning 1-0 on the flinches. Your one pitch to Kirshner is a fly ball again to Fasante. This time she has to go back and to her left. And
nice catch.
Fasante catches it as she's going to our right, her left.
That was a jog.
That was a jog.
She tracked it, but had plenty of time, plenty of room.
Right.
Two nice plays.
Two nice plays.
Fasante out and right.
Yeah, that one was a little bit more difficult. Outfielders, as a rule, goes all the way back to T-ball. Struggle going back on balls. They all love coming in.
The first step.
Stepping to the plate, Kelsey Pittman. Yee of the great catch last inning, robbing 2 runs.
Yeah.
Robbing a 3-run home run, and because of the catch and carry rule, keeping pinch runner, courtesy runner Cameron at third base, looking at ball 1 high. 2-0 here, top of the third. Callahan delivers, and does she go?
Yep.
Yes, she does. Tried to check her swing on looked to be like a riser or something.
Yep, good call.
For those that don't know, Pat is an umpire. So, do you ever do softball?
No.
And going after some high heat, and base hit to center field. So a 2-out single. Tough to lay off the high heat, but that time it was to her benefit as Pittman is now 1 for 2 on the day. A 2-out single. Bringing to the plate Morgan Kraft, one of 2 strikeout victims for Callahan, who has no walks. Chang has 1 strikeout for Needham. And a foul ball, and that goes to the crowd. Oh, and a miss. Oh, in front of everybody by the fan.
Flinch. That's a flinch?
Did you flinch?
I just covered my head. I didn't flinch. Got to protect the noggin.
0-1 to
great pitch.
Morgan Kraft. I had my head turned. What was the pitch?
Like a little change-up.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Callahan up 0-2.
A little, I call it the yo-yo. Like it looks like it's coming in faster, and it just drops.
And the 0-2 delivery, a changeup there, hit deep, going back deep, and over the fence for a ground rule double. An 0-2 changeup, and Kraft was waiting for it. And an 0-2 changeup goes for a ground rule double. And no, for a fact, Coach Homer's not a big fan of the 0-2 changeup. Sometimes you gotta get Callahan's point of view. You got to get that ball. You can't leave it over the middle of the plate, especially to a 4-hitter.
Right. After you've already just thrown it the pitch before.
Right. And
good adjustment by the batter.
Great adjustment. And Kraft coming into the game, hitting .373, ups her average on that double with 13 RBIs on the season. Stephanie Souchere coming to the plate now, hitting .349 with 11 RBIs with 2 runners in scoring position, looking to tie this game up. And how big is that play by Pittman in left field right now, robbing that 3-run home run.
Sun is hot.
It's possible we have a courtesy runner at second base. That's still number 12?
No, 12's in
okay,
there.
I was just wondering what he was writing, but no, all the runners are the same. So, okay, stepping to the plate, number 9, Stephanie Souchere. And Callahan with a strike 1 call, fastball down the middle. Souchere fouled out the second baseman, Kaylee Magnan, in foul territory back in the first inning on a nice running play by Magnan. Callahan up 0-1. Needham threatening here in the top of the third, trailing 2-0. Oh, a riser there, and Callahan up 0-2. Guess what pitch we won't see?
Right.
After the mound visit.
Think the change up. But changing the.
But you can change the eye level.
Yep.
Callahan moving quickly, gets high heat on that one, and ball goes foul. Second time today that Needham has had runners in scoring position. They had first and second, nobody out in the first, and nobody could not score. And in the second inning, they had a 2-out single. That runner was stranded at first. And now a little 2-out magic possibly going on for Needham with second and third, 2 outs.
Way up, keep it low and outside.
And a ball low. She listened to half of you. Kept it low but went inside.
Yep.
Nice catch by Bo Decker, trying to keep everything in front of her.
but still a good pitch. I don't think she would have been able to do much with that. You know,
Good point. The 1-2 going for the high heat. Suchere lays off of it, running the count to 2-2. Maddie Navalis waiting on deck. And there's a line shot to left field. That's going to score 1. That's going to score 2. Ball bobbled a bit out and left, and they hold her to a single. We get ourselves a tie game. And again, Pittman was saving that home run. It would be 4-2 right now instead of 2-2. And a 2 RBI single by Stephanie Suchere ties this game up 2-2 here in the top of the third. Brings up Maddie Navalis. Navalis had a rocket to shortstop Ronayne back in the second inning. Ronayne made a nice play on it, threw out at first, and there's going to be a pass ball. Ball one high, just kind of spun away from Bodecker. Time for Attleboro just to kind of calm down for a bit.
yep, take a deep breath. I don't think that lost set. I think she hit the spot. She put the barrel on it.
Right.
Now it's going to happen.
Both teams playing out of Division I. Both teams have a good history of playing competitive games. It's a high heat. Callahan calling for it in the circle, and they get out of it with the third out. But 2-run magic for Needham ties this game up at 2. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. So after 2.5 innings, we have a tie game, 2-2. We'll be back right after this.
LJ's Car Wash, located just past the Attleboro line on Route 123 in Norton, is available for all of your vehicle cleaning needs. Open every day beginning at 8 a.m., LJ's has the equipment to clean your vehicles inside and out, from 24-hour heated self-serve bays to full detailing service and everything in between. For more information, you can contact them at 508-223-3278 or on their website at ljscarwash.com.
And welcome back to Attleboro High School. That's the Fisher Chang going after my co-host Pat Holland there. Must not like you call so far.
I think you flinched.
I don't know. I was looking away. The ding woke me up on that one. So, so through 2.5, we got ourselves a tight ball game here. 2 runs on 5 hits for Needham, and Attleboro 2 runs on 2 hits. As we go into the top of the third, Attleboro will send their top of the order up here. Jenna Callahan, Nina Sullivan, and Lola Ronayne. Good game so far on a beautiful day.
Yep, we'll take it.
Yes. Keep going back to that home run brought back in by Kelsey Pittman. We'll see how that plays out. Again, that's
the little things, right?
Little things like robbing a 3-run home run where only 1 run scores, turning at the time 2-0. Could have been a 4-0 game back to 2-0, and now it's 2-2 instead of 4-2. So neither team scoring in the first inning. And Attleboro putting up 2 in the bottom of the second. Needham answering in the top of the third with 2 of their own. Callahan lined out to second base in her first at bat. Looks at ball 1. Chang remembered from the first at bat that she was going after the high stuff. Callahan does best, but she doesn't overstride in the box. 1-0. Third baseman even with the bag, and she goes opposite field down the left field line, and another catch by Pittman. Taking away a surefire double from Callahan down the left field line.
I think it was a foul, but
Think so?
looked foul from here.
Okay, it was definitely as the lefty's hitting it, it
Right.
tails away. But what another tremendous catch, and we got ourselves a Gold Glove left fielder out there in Kelsey Pittman.
She's making plays.
And if it was fair, it would have been a surefire double, possible triple.
Sure.
When she caught it, Callahan was halfway to second. Nina Sullivan looking at strike 1. She struck out back in the first, swinging in a 5-pitch at bat. Looking at strike 1 as the third baseman moves in a couple of steps.
Yeah, Attleboro got to get the top of their order going.
And Sullivan goes after a foul, and that's been their bread and butter this year. Callahan and Sullivan at the top of the order, making things happen for Moran and Ronayne. 0-2 to Sullivan. the center fielder. Came into the game 339 batting average with a 480 on base percentage. The changeup just outside. That's called a great 0-2 pitch.
Right.
And a good hold by Sullivan, as it was just, probably just a little bit off maybe. So 1-2 to the junior Sullivan. Looks at ball 2. Good eye. And you're seeing some smart pitching here by Chang as well. Pitching, 0-2, 1-2, trying to make the batter go after their pitch.
On the lefties, keeping him outside, making him slap it.
2-2 delivery, and another foul ball. Again, Sullivan sees 5 pitches in the first at bat. Has already seen 5 pitches this at bat. Softball chance, you can hear it.
Oh, yeah.
All the way through the college level. Big upset last night, Texas Tech beating Oklahoma. The 0-2, and that ball sliced into left center field. Pittman can't get to that one. There's a base hit for Sullivan, and a 1-out single. There's a rule, Pat. If the best fielder's out in left field, well, don't hit it to her.
This is true.
Try to find somebody else. So interesting call going back to that Bishop Feehan game on Memorial Day. Attleboro trailing 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th, and they intentionally walked Ronayne to start the inning, which came back to haunt them.
I would.
Ronayne, the Hockomock leader, goes after the first pitch, foul ball. Hockomock MVP. Obviously, that makes her an all-star.
Great. That was a great swing.
Very aggressive, works very hard at it. So Ronayne 0-1. Sullivan on first, 1 out, bottom of the 3rd, 2-2 the score. And just gets under that. Sullivan should probably be off the base a couple steps just in case, and a pop up to the shortstop. So 2 away now for Maddie Moran.
That's what the first base coach is saying. You gotta get off the base.
I
Right?
understand, like on a deep fly ball to the left, maybe you get back and tag when you think, especially Pittman's showing such a strong game, but a ball in the infield like that, you have to be a couple steps off just in case, so you don't get doubled off.
Yep. They drop it purposely, and then, well, you don't see it often.
Right. And the batter has to do their job and hustle down the line. Moran, she just gets under it. Sullivan running with 2 outs, and the shortstop camps under it in a relatively mild inning for Attleboro as Kirshner gets under it and settles down and gets the 3rd out of the inning for Attleboro. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base after 3 innings of play. Almost a halfway point. 2-2 here in Attleboro. Your thoughts at the halfway point?
Yeah, it's a good pitching match right now. Chang's keeping them off balance at the top of their batting order, and Jenna's bringing it. They're making some good swings on her.
All right. So when we come back, we will have the number 5, 6, 7. Nope, we'll have the 7, 8, 9 for Needham right after these messages.
Does your back hurt after a long night's sleep? Has your mattress seen better days? Is your current bedroom furniture a mixture of different furniture sets? The Bedding Center, located on Pleasant Street and proud sponsor of this radio station and high school sports, offers a wide array of mattresses along with beds, bedroom furniture, and odd-sized mattresses and box springs. You can reach them online at bedding-center.com or by phone at 508-226-8090.
And welcome back to the campus of Attleboro High School. Sweet 16 round of playoff action. We are in the top of the 4th with the score 2-2. Stepping to the plate now for Needham is the 7-hitter Maricel Pucillo playing center field. She grounded out to shortstop her first time up. Looks at a ball low and away. Just a bit low.
It's a little low.
A little low. Callahan checking with the home plate umpire McDermott. And come back with a ball low and away, 2-0. Coming into this inning, I think Callahan is now up over 50 pitches. We'll try to get a pitch count on Chang going into the next 51. All right. And there's a line drive. Ronayne catches it on the line to her left.
Could be just off the head of the bat a little bit. But again, nice play by Ronan.
Yeah, got a good jump on it. Yeah, not the, maybe not a web gem, but a good jump and a good read to her left. And again, maybe hit hard enough where it could find a gap and possibly be a double. And there's a strike called as wind picks up to Annie Silverman, the DH. She got a base hit to center field on an 0-1 pitch her last time. Callahan up 0-1 right now. Top of the fourth, 2-2 here on the campus of Attleboro High. Ball just outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Silverman wearing number 13 is a sophomore. Pitch and going for kind of like a pitch going away from her and slaps that at 1-2 to the sophomore Silverman. On deck is the junior Olivia King. DP flex batter right now, Annie Silverman. 7 hits on the year, 5 RBIs. And a changeup goes over the fence, foul. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good crowd. Can hear the Needham fans too as well. Good crowd out in the outfield.
A little bit easier without that second game going on here, right? Sunday, you had 2 games.
Yes, and strike 3 looking.
Great pitch. Kind of froze her.
Yeah, kind of surprising because it was a bit of a fastball on the inside part of the plate, but Callahan picks up her 3rd strikeout. Callahan not really known as a strikeout pitcher, will get over the course of 7 innings. Yeah, about 1, about 7 a game, one per inning on average. And there's a line drive to Magnan, 1 pitch, and then we got our first 1-2-3 inning of the game, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered for Attleboro. And that was just an 8-pitch inning and 57 pitches for Callahan. 58 pitches through Callahan through 4 innings. So when we come back, we'll have the bottom of the 4th, Graziosi, Bodecker, and Magnan coming up for Attleboro right after this.
Does your back hurt after a long night's sleep? Has your mattress seen better days? Is your current bedroom furniture a mixture of different furniture sets? The Bedding Center, located on Pleasant Street and proud sponsor of this radio station and high school sports, offers a wide array of mattresses along with beds, bedroom furniture, and odd-sized mattresses and box springs. You can reach them online at bedding-center.com or by phone at 508-226-8090.
In the dead air. We're back. Stepping to the plate now, Avery Graziosi. She had a base hit and scored the 2nd run for Attleboro back in the 2nd inning. She'll go up against number 8, Caitlin Chang, on the year. As previously mentioned, 7-3 on the year with a 2.24 ERA and a 1.25 WHIP. And thus far, just 1 strikeout, and I don't think she has a walk, Pat, on the game, and no walks. Neither team, here's a jinx, as we hit the bottom of the 4th, neither team with a walk or a hit by pitch here.
You got 1 walk.
Oh, that's right. So I'll lead second batter of the game for Needham. Yep, she walked. So, so just 1 walk between the 2 pitchers, no hit by pitches. And do we have a pitch count for Chang? 36 through 3. Whoa. Wow, that's a low pitch count. Only 12 per inning. Again for Graziosi, leading off the inning, hitting .426 in the air. The average went up, going after the high heat there. Graziosi very aggressive all year. I think she's only worked a few walks on the season. Just the 2 walks, has not been hit by a pitch. Does have a sac fly to her credit. And not laying off the extra high pitch. Supposed to climb the ladder slowly. Not supposed to jump 3 rungs when you're trying to climb the ladder. 1-1 to the freshman Graziosi, and the DH flex going after the high heat. Turns on 1, goes foul. Home run distance, but way foul. I expect Chang now, you go up and in on pitch. Maybe you go low and away on 1 and 2. See if you can get Graziosi going after a pitch. Chang way up 1 and 2. The delivery goes high again, and Graziosi fouls it off. So see now 4 pitches now. Mr. Blue Pride, Mark LaFontaine, on all foul balls, as he so often is here on the campus of Attleboro High School. Is this your first time seeing the grass field here?
It is.
Ooh, a change-up and a beauty. When you throw 2, 3, 4, four consecutive fastballs, high heat, and you come in with a changeup, you can't help but be fooled a bit on that one. And great pitching there by Chang, picking up her second strikeout. Yeah, they did a nice job with this field.
Yeah, they're nice. Very nice.
The operating scoreboard out there. A dirt infield, not stone dust. I don't know who decided a long time ago. Girls should be sliding on cement. So let's put some stone dust down. There's a ball low to Savannah Bodecker. Bodecker reached on an error by the third baseman. He gave her credit for the RBI because Moran was scoring on the play no matter what. And she advanced to second and then had a courtesy runner for her, as they want to do in softball. And an inside pitch, deep in the hole, just gets past the shortstop, even if she made the play. I don't think the shortstop, Kirshner, would have had her. So it was a base hit, one-out single for Savannah Bodecker, who came into the game hitting .290, now 1 for 2 on the day. And we'll see if they do the courtesy runner, and they do. And Cameron is into courtesy run now for the catcher, Savannah Bodecker. Step into the plate, Kaylee Magnan, freshman. She's also done some pitching this year, 2 games against Sharon. She almost had a no-hitter. She had a one-hitter against Sharon in a 10-0 7-inning complete game, and finished off a game against Sharon earlier in the year with 2 shutout innings. Ball in the dirt. Cameron's going to get down. Slow jump, but the ball on a wild pitch. Cameron gets down to second base. I think just the first wild pitch of the game as well for both teams. There has been a pass ball, right?
Pass ball for Attleboro, yep. But wild pitch there, yeah, for sure.
Yep, that one just got away from Chang. We'll see with the count now, 1-0 if Magnan does anything. She did have a sacrifice bunt in her first at bat. And she looks at ball 2, not showing any bunt there. And again, that hit that she had against Fian, which in essence the game-winning RBI, she did well in a scrimmage against Norton and continued hitting against Newton South. Ooh. Pitch low and away, 2 balls, a pitch on the low and away corner, 2 balls, 1 strike. I don't know if you can have a low corner, but you can have a late corner. It's a great location. 2 balls, 1 strike. And there's a shot to left. And no, she's going to be doubled off second. Line out to second and a line drive. You've got to turn your back to the infield and watch the ball go in the glove and then get back to second in a hurry. And, again, what we talk about, don't hit the ball to Pittman.
Right.
So doubled also for Attleboro. No runs. 1 hit, no errors, no left on base. And after 4 innings of play, the score is 2-2. When we come back, top of the order, we'll be up for Needham. We'll be back right after this.
Falls AC, 8 Stack Road in North Attleboro, supports high school sports in our community at every level. Opened in the early 80s, owner Angelo Cavallari is proud of their 40 years of service to the Attleboros. Falls AC is open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. They have lunch and dinner daily, banquet rooms for your meetings or get-togethers, and dart leagues. The entire staff at Falls AC wishes the high school athletes the best of luck in every game. Falls AC, 8 Stack Road, North Attleboro, 508-695-2688.
And welcome back to Attleboro High School. Just a base running gap there. It's, again, you've coached, I've coached, and one of the tougher concepts, is, on-line drives. One, freeze or get a couple steps. But even just turning your back to the infield, you see baseball players, softball players, especially when they're younger, they start corkscrewing themselves around. You are allowed to turn, put your back to the infield, and then watch the ball and then make a judgment on that. Unfortunately, that just did not happen on a very well-hit ball by Kaylee Magnan, who's now 0 for 1 on the day. But more importantly, the third time through the order is up now for Needham. Coming to the plate, Caitlin Chang, who led off the game on a 1-1 pitch, hit a base hit to left, and then flew out to the right fielder, Fasante. Looks at a ball low. Callahan coming into this inning with 58, now has 59 pitches. Thank you, statistician Peter Bray, on that. And the next pitch is going to be a ground ball to Ronay. Ronay fields it cleanly, goes across the diamond for the out. Ronay now 3 for 3 defensively.
Again, another nice play. Perfect position, sucks the ball up and makes a great throw.
And she's 4 for 4 defensively, 3 for 3 on ground balls. I guess you want to count the line drive as well. All right. 4 for 4 defensively. Coming up now is Liv Kirshner, has worked the only walk of the game from Callahan on a 8-pitch at bat. Might have been 9. That might have been where I lost the pitch count earlier in the game. And flew out to right field on a nice running catch by San Fasante in right field. Kirshner looks at ball 1, low and away. Top of the 5th inning, 2-2. And there's a strike out of edge of the plate on a fastball. 1-1 to Kirshner, coming into the game hitting .255, 13 hits, 5 RBIs, 0 for 1 on the day. Callahan moving quickly. It's the ball just outside.
Yeah, again, another good location.
Good spot, and sometimes that's a call that you do get. Sometimes you don't, and it's right there. It's right on the edge. And there's a kind of a change-up slur. She does have a screwball that she features every once in a while. You think as her father I would know these pitches, but I don't. So it goes the 2-2 pitch to the number 2 hitter. And fouls it away, fights it off, kind of fisted that away. Good piece of hitting there by Kirshner on a ball that was up and in.
Yeah, outside and then brings it back inside, so not much the hitter could have done with that pitch other than slap it foul.
The 2-2 delivery. Just a bit up high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Just above the letters possibly. Get a good crowd out in center field. Actually throughout the whole outfield.
Yeah.
And ball 4, Kirshner works her second walk of the game on a 7-pitch at bat. The first time she did it was on a 6-pitch at bat. So just a second walk by Callahan here in the 5th inning. Bringing up Kelsey Pittman, who's been the star of the game offensively and defensively. Defensively robbing a 3-run home run, turning into a 1-run sacrifice fly. And they run on Bodecker down to second, and safe on the stolen base. I think he called that a strike, correct?
I believe so, yes.
So,
yep, 1 strike.
Yep, 0-1 to Pittman, but now a runner in scoring position. Pittman flew out to left field and singled to straightaway center on a 1-1 pitch in her last at bat. Looks at strike 2. 0-2 to Pittman. Again, Pittman on the season hitting .388 on the season. 16 RBIs to lead her team. Guess that's why she's in the 3-hole. Callahan tries a screwball down and in. Pittman does not bite on it. That's the type of pitcher she did swing. It might have been in the dirt.
Right.
They would have had to throw out at first, but it may have advanced the run to the 3rd. So 1-2. And a little bit of hitting there just kind of sticks the bat out, and a good piece of hitting on 1-2. Almost hit it too hard, though, and lines out to Sullivan in right field.
Yep, right at her. She took about 1 or 2 steps in, and then
that brings up to the plate now Morgan Kraft, the catcher, struck out back in the 1st and hit a ground rule double in the 2nd inning on an 0-2 pitch. And hits it hard down, foul though, down the left field line past Moran, picked up by Borges. 0-1 to Kraft. Kraft on the season is hitting .373, second on the team with 13 RBIs. As a team, they're hitting .302, Needham. 0-2, so a good hitting team is Needham. The magic 300 number for a team is always pretty impressive.
yeah.
The major league batting average is .243. And there's the 0-2 pitch, and just goes foul over the outstretched glove of Moran, kind of like going down the line. So 0-2, Callahan with 3 strikeouts on the game so far and 2 walks. Runner on second with 2 outs. Needham threatening to take a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 5th.
So maybe you raise the level here.
She goes low and away, and just a little bit low, because I think it had the corner, but I think it was just a little bit low.
Yep. That's what umpire said.
But again, a good 0-2 pitch as you kind of mixing speeds, mixing eye levels. And the 1-2 pitch from Callahan. The delivery, high heat, ground ball to Ronayne. Ronayne comes up across the diamond, gets the third out. Ronayne 5 for 5.
Yeah, such a strong arm.
It's
pretty impressive.
It really is impressive for Ronayne.
For a sophomore, too, right?
Yeah, sophomore.
Yeah.
And, there's some strong arms on this Attleboro team. So when we come back, we'll have the bottom of the fifth inning. Attleboro will send up Borges, San Facente, and Jenna Callahan with the score tied 2-2. We'll be back with the bottom of the fifth inning right after this message.
Claudino's Auto Repair, located at 310 South Main Street in Attleboro, is celebrating 30 years in the auto and truck repair business. Over the years, John Claudino and his team of mechanics have worked to build a long-lasting rapport with their customers, from oil changes to diagnostics, transmissions, and routine maintenance on foreign and domestic cars and trucks. Claudino's will keep your vehicle running. Claudino's Auto Repair, 508-226-8545, or at claudinosautorepair.com.
Starting to get into the Cyndi Lauper song of "Girls Just Want to Have Fun," and we're back. So it's good. I don't think it picked me up singing. Did it?
It did not.
Oh, good.
Nope.
Good.
We're good.
An appropriate song here. Girls Just Want to Have Fun on a playoff day with two teams of approximately 15 girls just out there having some fun. 2-2. Leading off for Attleboro, Sophie Borges, officially 0 for 0 on the day. She, should be 1 for 1 with 3 RBIs. We thought she might have been 0 for 0 with 2 RBIs, but the catch and carry rule put courtesy runner Brooke Cameron back on third base, and Attleboro could not bring her in, so just a 1-run sacrifice fly for Sophie Borges. But you got to figure she's coming to the plate now with some confidence. But also with confidence is starting pitcher Caitlin Chang, holding this Attleboro team that's averaging almost 10 runs a game to just 2 runs through the first 4 innings. No walks on the game to go against 2 strikeouts for Chang. Sophie Borges on the year, 370 on base percentage, 7 RBIs, 13 runs scored. And I've got Chang for 50 pitches through 4, so a very methodical game for her. And the first pitch at the bottom of the fifth with a score 2-2 coming up. And there's a ball high. And as Paul likes to say, I should wait for the umpire to make the call, but, you know, sometimes it's obvious, right?
True.
Umpires so far, I think, doing a pretty good job overall.
Yeah.
No flinch. Ball right back at us, 1-1. You know, Paul and I talking, over the course of a 7-inning game, you're looking at, 250 pitches.
Yeah,
and if there's only 1 or 2
yeah.
that you might disagree with, that's not too bad.
Not at all.
Now, when you're umping, you only have 2 that they agree with, right?
Depends. It's gotten tougher and tougher each year.
2 balls, 1 strike to the left fielder Borges, who settled into the left field role very nicely this year. One of the new outfielders replacing an all-senior graduating class. Ooh, a strike up and in. And unless you have 2 strikes, it's actually the type of pitch you almost don't want to swing at.
Right.
Anyway, now with 2 strikes, you're going to try and fist it off, foul it off. Anyway, that's such a pitcher's pitch right there, up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Borges. Tries to go outside and just misses, maybe low, maybe out, but a great 2-2 pitch. And Borges has worked the count full. And by my estimation, Pat, this is the first 3-ball count that Chang has gone to today.
Believe so.
Payoff pitch and foul ball. That go off the catcher's shin guards or the umps? Looked like they went
I
off
didn't
somebody's.
see. Blocked out a little bit.
Looked like they went off one of them anyway. Nobody's limping, so foul ball. So 7th pitch of the at-bat. The first time today they're making Chang work for some pitches.
Yeah.
And there's a shot to right field. Let's see if there's a play at first. Oh, and it gets past the right fielder. And Borges is on the way to second. And here comes the play at second. Safe at second. So a single to right and a bobble. So we'll go with a single and an error by the right fielder. But more importantly, Attleboro is in business with a runner on second. Nobody out for San Facente. I think what happened there, Pat, I think Navalis thought that she might have a play at first, and it was such a hard-hit ball she may have, and I think she came up and the old tried to throw it.
A little bit, yep.
Yeah, tried to throw it without the ball in her glove. So now Sam Fasante, and we'll see if they put anything in play now. Possible bunt with nobody out. Top of the order on deck. Bunt is on. She gets the bunt down. And a successful bunt, 1-3. If you're scoring at home. And up stops to the plate Callahan, who lined out to second, and you think it was foul? I wasn't sure. It was not as close to the line, but a great running catch in the third inning by the left fielder Kelsey Pittman, and she's had a couple of great catches today.
Yep, she's ditched the new gloves.
Yeah, interesting. Went back to the old gloves. Good catch. It looks at strike one at the knees. Interesting. The infield not as in as I thought they might be,
right.
But so they're back a little bit. I wouldn't say that they're giving up the run, but I think they're in a position where if they field it, they think they can throw the runner out. So Borges on third, one out. Callahan at the plate looking to help herself. And she shoots one right at the shortstop. Runner gets caught in a pickle. And now there's going to be a play at the plate. And they tag her on a fielder's choice. Callahan advances to second on a hard hit ball. The shortstop right at her. And Borges is out. Did the shortstop just take that all herself, or did she throw it?
Nope, she did. She took it herself. So
a 6 unassisted play for the second out. Callahan advances herself to second base. So 2 outs for Nina Sullivan.
I think on that play, you just got to go back to third and go in
and possibly
force them to make the tag, right?
Force it on the throw, yeah. Sullivan struck out her first at bat, had a nice base hit to left field, left center field on her last at bat. Follows off the first pitch. So 2 outs, runner on second for Attleboro. And thus far, the big play standing up so far, all the way back in the second inning when Kelsey Pittman fell over the fence but held on to the ball. And a bunt with 2 outs, and it goes right down the line. Oh, what a beauty for a hit. Ultimately rolls foul. Callahan easily had third, but Sullivan easily had first. And with Sullivan's speed, she may have even taken a chance at second to see if they could put the ball in play for Needham and possibly send Callahan home and a modified first and third run play. But all that for naught as the count now goes 0-2. Because at this point in her last at bat, it was 0-2. Nina worked the count back to 2-2 with a couple foul balls as well, then before depositing her single. With 2 outs, Callahan will be off on a hit. Looks at ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Waiting on deck, Hawk MVP Lola Ronayne. Can hear the Needham fans in the background. And looks at the ball just maybe a little bit low, a little bit out. Been a consistent call all day.
Yeah.
And this is, even the inning that Cheng gave up runs, this is the most she's worked in an inning, pitch count-wise. The 2-2 delivery. And Sullivan just gets under it, and there's a pop-up to short, and Callahan holds up. So it's, as Yogi Berra said, it's starting to get late early here in Attleboro with the score tied. 2-2 after 5 innings. We'll be back after these messages from our sponsors.
Does your back hurt after a long night's sleep?
Yes.
Has your mattress seen better days? Is your current bedroom furniture a mixture of different furniture sets? The Bedding Center, located on Pleasant Street and proud sponsor of this radio station and high school sports, offers a wide array of mattresses along with beds, bedroom furniture, and odd-sized mattresses and box springs. You can reach them online at bedding-center.com or by phone at 508-226-8090.
All right, welcome back here to Attleboro High School. And Peter, did you say you had 4 hits for Attleboro? You're keeping it? Okay, so 2 runs, 4 hits for Attleboro. Needham, 2 runs, 5 hits. And a couple errors for Needham. I don't think there's an error for Attleboro.
Nope.
Don't believe so, anyway. So as we get to the top of the 6th, Needham will set up their 5, 6, 7 hitters. So a little bit of small balls will be coming into action now, I would think, right?
Yeah, you would. Yeah, here's when you do it. You're just trying to squeeze a run across, and
Yep. in the final 2 innings of the game, 2-2. And this is what you get in the playoff action against 2 good teams. Attleboro coming in 3rd place in the Kelly Rex division. Well, tied for 2nd, I guess. They split with KP on the year. So Taunton gets 1st place. I guess Attleboro was officially in a tie for 2nd with King Philip in the Kelly Rex. And Needham behind Walpole for 2nd place in the Bayview League. Leading off for Needham this inning is number 9, Stephanie Soucher, the senior. Senior hitting .349 with 11 home runs on the season. Looks at strike 1 down the middle. Callahan working from ahead. Callahan comes into this inning with approximately 76 pitches. If you think she's at 77 now, all right. On pace with Peter Bray. Second delivery is a ball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. No substitutions for either team with the exception of a courtesy runner for Attleboro. Outfield deep for Attleboro. Looking high, ball up and away. Callahan on the game, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. Chang for Needham, 2 strikeouts, no walks. Good pitcher's duel going here for both teams. And there is a pop-up. Fasante has it in fair territory and secures the ball. I shouldn't say has it playable.
Yes.
And a pop-up to start the inning. So 4-pitch out there and a pop-up to first baseman Jackie Fasante.
Yep. 1 step inside the foul line, right at first base. Didn't really have to move.
No, she really did not. With the play now is right fielder Maddie Navales. Ground out to short and a pop-up to the pitcher. Hit it hard to short. Back in the second, looks at strike 1. Maddie Navarro is just a sophomore. Turns on one. That's going to be one of those bloop singles that'll drive any coach nuts.
Yep.
And it's a single over Moran. Ronan going to her right, too far out of her reach and well in front of Borges and left. So one of those Bermuda Triangle outfield singles. Bringing to the plate now Maricel Pucillo, the senior center fielder who's grounded out to short and lined to short. Attleboro did turn I'll tell you in a second. Ball away, they throw it down the second, and they got her. No, she got under the tag, Ball was just thrown to the left of the base, and Ronan could not get the tag down in time. And I did not see if that ball was that a strike or a ball?
Ball.
It was a ball. All right, so now we'll see. I'm not a fan of bunting with 1 out, but we'll see if Needham is. They are not. There's a base hit to right field. Here comes Fasante. She's coming up. She's throwing home. There's going to be a play at the plate. Safe at the plate. And Needham takes a 3-2 lead. So the stolen base proving huge on that play as a RBI single to right field. And Needham takes a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, she just went with the pitch and took it right down between the first base side and second base side. And great throw by Fasante. But
great throw,
just
and just Navales. Yeah, Navales just a little bit too quick getting to the plate. She got a good jump coming off second base, was able to turn the corner, and now Needham leads 3-2. And there's a ball up and away to Annie Silverman, who has a base hit to center and was caught looking. 1 for 2 on the day. The sophomore hitting .233, 8 hits on the season now, 5 RBIs, 1-0. Ball 2, low and away. So I started to say before the head, Attleboro in the game against Newton South did turn a 4-6-3 double play. Which is very hard to do on the smaller diamond.
Right.
The 2-0 delivery coming up from Callahan. A bit of a changeup. They're running again, and they got her on the steal. She did not go in sliding, and Bodecker throws out the would-be stealer. She threw it out to Ronan?
I believe it was Ronan, yeah.
So a huge second out there, and that was a strike call, and the count runs to 2-1 to Annie Silverman. And surprised she didn't slide. I think maybe if she slid, she may have gotten under it.
Right.
And 2-2 slap to Borges, and the Borges with it drops out of her glove. Kind of at the last second off the lefty, kind of sliced away from her as she dove. And she had a snow cone, and as she landed, it fell out of her glove.
Great effort, though.
So we have a pinch hitter now. And I believe that's Bailey O'Hearn. So that's 16 for 14. We'll see if Olivia King gets re-entered into the game. But Bailey O'Hearn on the season is 2 for 8. Tough spot to be put into in the playoff. Limited at bats, but don't know her whole story either. O'Hearn is a junior on the season. King had struck out and lined out to second base in her previous 2 at-bats. 2 outs, runner on first. And strike 1, nice pitch.
That's a great pitch.
Knee-high inside corner, Callahan working from ahead. And the 0-1 tries the same spot but misses that time. 1 ball, 1 strike to the junior pinch hitter, O'Hearn. Silverman on first base with 2 outs. Needham leading 3-2, top of the 6th. And there's a ball up the way. Good stab by Bodecker to prevent it from being a wild pitch.
That's what you like to see, the catcher getting up out of their crouch.
Yes. 2-1 to the pinch hitter. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Always, I think, the toughest spot in baseball, softball. You've been sitting around, you had a long bus ride, you come on down, you're not in the starting lineup. Okay, go produce in the 6th inning of a playoff game.
Yeah, right.
The only thing that can make it worse if it's when it's 38 degrees and drizzling. And there's a changeup away. Callahan picks up her 4th strikeout of the game. But Needham picks up 1 run on 3 hits. 1 runner left on base, no errors. And after 5.5 innings, Needham leading 3-2. Coming up for Attleboro in the bottom of the 5th. Lola Ronayne, Maddie Moran, Avery Graziosi will be back right after this.
Falls AC, 8 Stack Road in North Attleboro, supports high school sports in our community at every level. Opened in the early 80s, owner Angelo Cavallari is proud of their 40 years of service to the Attleboros. Falls AC is open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. They have lunch and dinner daily, banquet rooms for your meetings or get-togethers, and dart leagues. The entire staff at Falls AC wishes the high school athletes the best of luck in every game. Falls AC, 8 Stack Road, North Attleboro, 508-695-2688.
And welcome back to the campus of Attleboro High School. Just checking to see if that's number 14 for Needham back at third base, or if they left O'Hearn in. Can you see? Maybe.
Yep, 14.
14. So reinserted back in the game is Olivia King. And again, just as a rule clarification, should Olivia King come up again and somebody pinch hits, then Olivia King cannot be reinserted into the game, unlike the courtesy runner for a pitcher and catcher who can all game long if they'd like. Interestingly enough, colleges, I read this, are they're disappointed that catchers come up to college level not knowing how to run the bases. In all these tournaments and everything in life, they want to get them out because a lot of the tournaments are timed.
Right.
So they want to keep the game moving, so catchers haven't learned how to run the bases. Lola Ronayne 0 for 2 on the day. Looks at ball 1, low and away. Lola has fouled out to the first baseman and popped to the shortstop. 1-0 to Ronayne, just a sophomore. And 2-0, if she gets on, we'll see if Moran puts any bunt or anything happening to her with Graziosi on deck. But 2-0, good hitters count. It's important for Lola not to try to do too much. She doesn't have to hit a home run.
Right.
Even though she does. And this game is tied. Number 16 on the year, Lola She doesn't have to, but it's nice when she does that.
Yeah, that was an absolute rocket.
And that's a typical Ronayne shot, just a line drive. And I do like that home run celebration where they all drop on the home run. And home run number 16 on the season for Lola Ronayne, her 45th RBI, her 37th run score. Is that what a Hawk MVP does when a team is trailing 3-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning?
That's what you go to, right?
We got ourselves a tie score, 3-3.
You like having these batters up in this position, and Lola does her thing. Ties it up 3-3. Bottom of the 6th.
Maddie Moran looking to start things up now again. Nobody out, bottom of the 6th. The whole inning kind of like resets itself, only it's with a different feel, actually probably for both teams. Attleboro feeling like, okay, new game. Needham's like, all right, let's hope we don't let this one slip away. And now it's a brand new game. We'll see how Chang responds. Just the 3rd run she's given up. There's some debate on whether that's Attleboro's 4th or 5th hit. And Moran trying to go the other way with it. Moran hit one between left center and into right center, where the center field and the right field, they kind of like stopped talking to each other. We're not sure if it hit a glove or not. We scored a double. Peter scored an error. Either way, she came around and scored. And there's a ball high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Maddie Moran came around and scored on the sacrifice fly. No, on the error. When Bodecker reached on an error. Maddie Moran came around and scored the first Attleboro run. And there's a shot. No flinch? No flinch.
No flinch.
You flinch on the high ones, not the ones right back at you. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Chang, 2 strikeouts on the day, no walks. She's only going to 3 balls on just 1 batter. Showing remarkable control. Moran 1 and 2 to the senior. Looks at the ball outside. And based on the calls this game, I do believe
he's been very consistent.
Very consistent, and I get a real good angle. Now it's not straight on, but it did look like it was just out. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Moran, the senior, going to Roger Williams. Turns on one, fouls it off her foot. And Maddie's going to learn to sell that. You don't run it out because that confuses the umpire. They'll throw you out.
He called it right away.
Yeah, you gotta sell that as a player. She'll never learn now until the end of her senior season. Toying with the idea of playing at Roger Williams, going looking for construction trades, like a business management thing. 2 and 2. Ooh, looks at strike 3.
Nice pitch.
Nice pitch there. A 3rd strikeout for Chang. First one looking. Stepping up to the plate, Avery Graziosi, who singled and scored on the Borges sacrifice fly back in the 2nd inning and struck out looking. 1 for 2 on the day. Score is tied 3-3. We are in the bottom of the 6th. And ball just up high. 1 ball, no strikes. One and 0 to the freshman. Came in the game hitting .426. Looks at ball 2. So similar to Ronayne, a hitter's count at 2 and 0. You look for something that you can drive, and you know, as you coached, used to say, your pitch, not the pitcher's pitch. Right. You don't have to go for that letter high up and in if you don't like it. 2 and 0. Look for something you can drive. Turns on one there and just misses it. Kind of like I think that was foul tipped into the mitt. So strike 1.
Yep.
2 balls, 1 strike. We are in the bottom of the 6th. 3 balls. 3 balls. 3-3 is the score. It must be the seat. It's the location that says. Caitlin Chang with the delivery. There's a deep fly ball to left center field. Way back. Home run! Avery Graziosi with her first home run of the season. Attleboro takes a 4-3 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. Touchable, Avery. They give her a different home run celebration on the year.
Yeah, it was a great swing. And just drove the ball. Left center.
And for Avery, that's her first home run of the year and 17th RBI. She did hit one in the alumni game. She has many doubles on the year. That goes for her 5th. She has 4 doubles on the year. Showing some power there now. Avery Graziosi with her first home run of the season and couldn't be bigger. Attleboro now leads 4-3 on 2 solo home runs, one by Ronay, one by Graziosi. Steps up to the plate, Savannah Bodecker. 1 for 2 on the day. Reached on an error. Get credit for the RBI because I determined the run was going to score anyways. They weren't playing for it. And then reached on a base hit to left. 1 for 2 for Bodecker, coming into the game hitting .290. Looks at ball 1.
Seem to be a little bit more patient right now, the
Yes.
Attleboro batters.
And if you're looking ahead to Needham's lineup in the top of the 7th, they'll be turning the order over for the 4th time. They'll have the top of the order. And there's going to be, if she hustles, possibly a base hit. Obviously, she's hustling. Oh, they got her. What do you think? Right call?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I shouldn't say it that way. If she's hustling, they're hustling. It's a great play by the second baseman for Needham, Ellie Gerstel. Not hitting, but playing a solid second base. Ranges wide to her right. They catch the ball up the middle and throw out the hustling Bodecker down the line, 4-3. Kaylee Magnan stepping to the plate. The freshman second base with a sacrifice bunt and lined out to left to Kelsey Pittman. Had a whale of the game out in left field defensively to go along with her single to center and run scored. Magnan 0-1 with a foul ball. The 0-1 delivery, ball down low. Just adding up some stuff from my book. Try to be caught up, you know.
There you go.
The 1-1 pitch coming up to Kaylee Magnan, freshman. And just a bit up high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Caitlin Cheng will lead off for Needham in the top of the 7th. Looking to get out of here in the bottom of the 6th. And there is a turning on the foul ball as Coach Homer tries to get out of the way of the third baseman, Olivia King, and backpedals out of the way and does. I think he'd rather do that than catch another Ronin a line drive to the hand. Comes the 2-2 delivery from Cheng to Magnan. And there's a fly ball. That ball's hit deep. That ball's carried way back. Home run! The 3rd solo home run of the game. Kaylee Magnan with her first career home run. And the 3rd solo shot of the game gives Attleboro a 5-3 lead. Kaylee Magnan with home run number 1.
Another absolute shot. Again, same, just head down, drove it to left center, and no question on that.
RBI number 5 for Magnan. Magnan, who had been struggling for most of the year until the Bishop Feehan game on Memorial Day from the 6th inning on, has been absolutely on fire for Attleboro, hitting everything that's being pitched to her.
Yeah, a little bit of confidence, right?
Absolutely.
Goes a long way. You start putting hits together against teams like Bishop Feehan, and then it's like,
Norton,
hey.
and Norton's a great team as well in the
yeah.
scrimmage. Newton South, a quality playoff team. Stepping to the plate, Sophie Borges robbed of a 3-run home run back in the 2nd inning. Looks at strike 1. But Attleboro explodes for 3 solo home runs in the 6th inning. Well, they say that the game's 50% physical and 90% mental. Something like that.
We'll go with that.
Not sure if the numbers add up completely. 0-2 to Borges, the left fielder. Sacrifice fly to left. Singled and went to second on an error by the right fielder. Ultimately got caught in a rundown trying to score on a Callahan hit. Fielder's choice. There's a shot to left center field. That drops. And that goes for a ground rule double. The Attleboro Bats have woken up this inning with 3 home runs and a double. Sam Fasante coming to the plate. She's grounded to second and sacrificed bunt. A lot of balls being thrown back in the field of play. But I think there's a lot of dads out there that might be collecting some home run balls.
Yeah, right.
Maybe not Lola's dad, but I'm sure Graziosi's and Magnan's dad are collecting those balls.
Give her, yep. Jenna's back to the new gloves. Lead on deck circle.
She can't decide. She wants the new pink glove. Hey, with the pink glove, she's 0 for 2. With the old glove, she's 0 for 1. Right now, I think they're more worried about her pitching the top of the 7th than her hitting. And there's a base hit to right field. They're going to send Borges. There's going to be a play at the plate. There's interference at first base. And, and what Fasante, and there's an RBI single there. What Fasante has to do, she actually has to make the attempt to go to second base. That way the interference would have been called. But the fact that she held herself up at first negates the interference. There was interference. It was being called by the umpires. The umpires had their arms straight out. But
no attempt.
So you've got to make the attempt to go to second base. And at that point, because she did that, and she would have been awarded second base at that point. But because she went back to first, that negates the interference. But nevertheless, an RBI single for Sam Fasante. Scoring Borges from second base, who had the ground rule double. Attleboro now leads 6-3 with a 4-run bottom of the 6th. Callahan up. Looks at ball 1 away. Callahan, the 8th batter of the inning. Callahan lined out to second, fouled out to the left fielder, somewhat deep, and hit into a fielder's choice to the shortstop. Fouls one back and a good cut. 1 ball, 1 strike. Callahan has pitched 6 innings and struck out 4 and walked 2. Giving up 8 hits in the process. Sweet 16 game. Winner of this game gets the winner of Bishop Feehan versus Andover. I think that game's taking place later on today. And there's they're trying to work her away. And Callahan slices it foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To the lefty hitting, righty throwing junior Callahan. Callahan came into the game just over 500 with 38 hits on the season. Leading the team in doubles because Ronay keeps hitting him over the fence
right.
with 9. And goes back to the mound, bobbled a bit. Chang with a nice recovery and out at first. But
nice play.
Nice plays by Chang. But the damage is done. Attleboro, 4 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. No errors, 1 left on base. All runs earned after 6.5, going into the after 6 innings. Attleboro leading 6-3. We'll have the 7th inning action for you right after this.
Does your back hurt after a long night's
Thank you to
sleep?
Barrows
Has your
Insurance for
mattress seen
sponsoring
better
programming
days?
on WARA 1320 AM. Barrows Insurance, a 3rd-generation agency, has been proudly serving southeastern Massachusetts since 1977. They pride themselves on their relationship with clients, helping them find coverage to fit their needs. Barrows has access to insurance carriers across New England and the U.S. They'll get you coverage on everything from cars and homes to businesses. You can contact Barrows Insurance at 508-339-7260 or visit them online at barrowsins.com.
And we are back here on the campus of Attleboro High School. We're going into the bottom of the 6th. Needham was leading 3-2.
Top 7.
And but as we went into the bottom of the 6th, Attleboro exploded for 4 runs, 3 solo home runs by Ronane, Graziosi, and Magnan, and then a ground rule double and a single by Sam Fasante gives Attleboro a 6-3 lead going into the top of the 7th. But top of the order coming up for Needham. Caitlin Chang pitched a whale of a game, hitting .447, 1 for 3, a single to left, a pop to right, a fly out to right, and a ground out to shortstop Ronane, top of the 7th. And strike 1, swinging.
Yeah, great pitch.
Peter, how many pitches for Callahan? 94. So the 95th pitch, strike one, swinging. Oh, was that the 94th? That was the 94th pitch. And a changeup and a beauty, 0-2. Kind of had a little extra spin on it as well. 0-2, Callahan way up. Top of the 7th, Attleboro leading 6-3. Winner gets the winner of Fee and Andover and advances to the round of 8. And strike 3 looking!
Yep. Right on the black. Great pitch. Just pounding the zone right there.
3 pitch and gets a strikeout, gets her 5th strikeout of the day. Liv Kirshner steps up to the plate now. Kirshner has flown out to right, and that was Sanders in between the only 2 walks Callahan has given up. So Kirshner, with a good eye at the plate, has seen swings at strike 1. Coming into that pitch, had seen 17 pitches so far this game.
Right.
I think that was foul, tipped in and out of the mitt, so strike 1. Just outside. Nice spot there on 0-1 pitch. Again, you don't want, you see what happens when you kind of leave it down the middle. As last inning, Attleboro with 3 solo home runs last inning. Outfield deep, straight away. Changeup up high. 2 balls, 1 strike. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to give, if you're Attleboro, you don't want to give Needham any life because it's such a game of momentum as you saw last inning.
Right.
2-1 pitch is a foul ball away. 2 balls, 2 strikes on deck. Kelsey Pittman, who without her the score would be 8-3 right now.
Yeah, clearly player of the game for Needham.
And for Jenna Callahan, that was her 100th pitch. And again, something about Kirshner. She's walked twice.
Yeah,
she's seen a ton
patient.
of pitches. She's seen 20 pitches herself. She's responsible for 20% of Callahan's pitches this game. Not bad in a 9-person lineup. And there's a fly ball to Sullivan, deep center field. That one's gone.
Yep.
6-4.
That was a nice swing, right?
Nice
Head
swing
down.
on 3 and 2.
Just drove it. A little bit left center.
And Coach Homer calls timeout. Score 6-4. Looked like Attleboro's got a little momentum, like a little juice, maybe a little extra adrenaline, and then I think Callahan just laid that one just a little bit where she didn't want it. Did not want to walk Kirshner for the 3rd time.
Right.
And gave just a little bit too much of the plate, but 6-4. Stepping to the plate now, Kelsey Pittman flew to left, singled and scored in the 3rd, and lined out to center in her last at bat in the 5th inning, and has played a whale of a game in left field. And with the play of the game being the robbing of Sophie Borges of a 3-run home run that turned into a 1-run sacrifice fly as she fell over the fence, took the ball with her on a catch and carry, which did not allow the second runner to score from second base as she had tagged up because it was a dead ball and the ball was out of play. So the courtesy runner had to stop at 3rd and was not advanced on what we originally thought was a 2-run sacrifice fly, but the catch and carry rule, as the umpires got together and discussed that. So Kelsey Pittman responsible for all of that. So 1 out, nobody on. Ball away. Pittman hitting .388 on the season with 16 RBIs to lead her team. For Kirshner, that was her first home run of the year and 6th RBI. And there's a strike call. Outside corner, let her high. 6-4, top of the 7th. And there is a pop-up. Sullivan on her horse coming in. Lays out. Oh, just misses. And the tying run now comes to the plate in the form of Morgan Kraft, the catcher. Struck out. Ground rule double to left and a ground out to short.
Yep.
Kraft on the year.
One out, right?
Yep, 1 out. Kraft on the year hitting .373. As mentioned, as a team, they are hitting .308. Ball 1 low. 1 out, 1 on. Kraft has lived on the left side on her 2 hits. Ball up high, they throw down to first. Back easily is Pittman. But the game she's had, she's not going to get thrown out.
Right.
Important for Attleboro to take a deep breath, and important for Needham to continue riding the wave of momentum that they got going here. And there's a ground ball foul. So 2 balls, 1 strike, as she was looking for something to drive on the 2-0 pitch.
I don't mind the throw down to first, but up to, that runner doesn't really matter at this point.
Right.
Just go after the batter. It's too dangerous, right? Ball gets by.
Yeah,
she's going to third.
Third easily, right? Ooh, just inside. And 3 balls, 1 strike to the 4-hitter Kraft. Kraft, a junior. And there is a pop-up. Could be Ronin, it could be Borges. Borges is camped under it. Second base is covered. And
2 down.
2 down. On a 3-1 pitch. Coming to the plate now, Stephanie Suchet.
Yep. Now you're just going after the batter here, right?
Yep. Suchet comes to the game 15 for 43, a 349 average, 11 RBIs. She is 1 for 3 on the day. She fouled out on a nice catch by Magnan back in the first, singled to left, and gets a strike call there for Callahan, 0-1, and a pop-up to Fisante in the infield. 1 for 3, and Callahan 0-1. Looks at strike 2 right now, 0-2.
Pound in that outside corner.
And I hate to go to the well too often, but do you live there? Maybe go just like you climb a ladder, maybe you keep going outside just a little bit?
Yeah. See if she chases.
Yeah, 0-2. Payoff pitch. A strike 3
Yes, she did,
called! Attleboro wins and advances to the round of 8.
It's a great call by us. Yeah, what a game. Great game. Both teams played hard.
Absolutely, yeah. Your thoughts on the game, and then we'll wrap some things up.
Great game. Pitchers duel. Needham's throwing the glove around, making plays. Attleboro was making some plays in the first couple innings, and then the bats came alive at the right time. So, you get the power and Ronin, and that's all it takes.
Which inspired the rest of the team in the 6th inning. I mean, crazy game, 3-2 going into the bottom of the 6th. And,
right.
Just to recap, in the 2nd inning, Attleboro jumps on the board first. Maddie Moran with I'll call it a double. Peter thought it might have been an error. We'll see how the official book scores it. We'll call it a double right now. Avery Graziosi with a single to left, making first and third. Savannah Bodecker with a ground ball to third. Moran was off on the pitch, and they threw it away, so I gave her an error because they were not trying for Moran. She was going to score easily. Anyway, Magnan sacrifices her to second. Borges, and Graziosi had gone down to third. Borges then launches one, and Kelsey Pittman goes back, as we discussed earlier, makes a diving catch, falls over the temporary fence, leads to a sacrifice fly 1-run instead of a 3-run home run or 2-run sacrifice fly. Became a 1-run sacrifice fly with the catch and carry rule. You can only advance 1 base. Cameron, the courtesy runner, was stranded at third base. Going into the top of the 3rd with 2 outs, Needham gets some 2-out magic going themselves with Kelsey Pittman with a single to center, a ground rule double by Morgan Kraft, and Stephanie Suchet, the senior, with a 2-run single to left field for 2 RBIs, tying the game up 2-2. And that's where we stood all the way until the 6th inning. In the 6th inning with 1 out, Maddie Morales with a base hit steals second, and that proved to be huge as Maricel Pucillo hits a shot to right field, and Navales comes around. A nice play by San Fasante with a good throw at the plate, but Morales just too fast, right?
Just a little late.
Just a little bit late. So Needham takes a 3-2 lead going into the bottom of the 6th. In the bottom of the 6th, Lola Ronan and her 15 home runs on the season. Hawk MVP, just a sophomore, on a 2-0 pitch, goes to left center field to tie the game up 3-3. And would you say that lifted the spirits for the rest of the team?
Oh, yeah, for sure. There was no doubt, no doubt about that one. Absolute rocket.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then,
a strikeout looking, and up steps Avery Graziosi, who I knew had the home run power because I saw her hit one in the alumni game. I hadn't done one in the game. Graziosi takes a 2-1 pitch, and was that straightaway center? I'm trying to remember now.
A little left center,
center.
but more straight than left.
Right. So, and for what is now the game-winning RBI to give Attleboro at the time a 4-3 lead. A ground out to second base, 2 outs, and Kaylee Magnan, who we had talked about, had not been doing that great up all year until the Feehan game, and then gets the 2-run single in the bottom of the 6th to beat, with the game-winning RBI, to beat Bishop Feehan 3-2, keeps the hot streak going, and the scrimmage against Norton hit well in the Newton South game, comes through with her first home run of the season and her 5th RBI to give Attleboro at the time a 5-3 lead. Sophie Borges robbed of the home run by the great play by Kelsey Pittman back in the 2nd inning. Singled, reached on an error. In the 5th, was stranded at 3rd when she got caught in a rundown. Hits a double, the left center field, a ground rule double. And on the first pitch, Sam Fasante hitting out of the 9 spot, 0 for 1 with a ground out and a sacrifice bunt. Laces the first pitch to right. Plate to the plate. Borges scores easily, and Attleboro takes a 6-3 lead going into the top of the 7th. And most productive inning of the year I've seen for Attleboro.
And then Jenna shut him down.
Well, now with a little bit of a scare.
Well, a little bit.
Lead off with a strikeout looking, and then a home run by Liv Kishner, her first home run of the year, and her first hit of the day. She was on base 3 times. Kelsey Pittman continued her great day with a base hit to center field. Morgan Kraft popped up to left field, and Sushir on a 3-pitch strikeout to end the game. Attleboro wins 6-4. Wow, Pat, we haven't done too many games together, but we had that North Attleboro hockey game earlier this year. We were just 1-0.
We've had some exciting ones, that's for sure.
Stepped into this one, and Attleboro will now advance. They will have a home game. We don't know when, but they will host either number 5 Bishop Feehan in a rematch for Memorial Day, or they will face number 12 Andover. And that game, if you think, the 5 versus 12, no problem. Feehan almost lost to number 28. They needed a walk-off in the bottom half of their 7th inning to win 5-4 in their first game. And just to put things in perspective, number 1 Taunton in baseball lost to number 32 in the first round yesterday. So these games, as cliche as it is,
you got to play them.
They don't play them on paper, do they? So, but Attleboro advancing to the Elite 8, if you will, of the MIAA softball playoffs. So incredible game. Pat, your thoughts?
Yeah, again, it was a pitcher's duel in the first few innings, and I think Jenna held her own, and Cheng pitched well, kept her pitch count low.
3 strikeouts, no walks.
And then Attleboro started getting patient at the plate and driving the ball, and I think that's the difference right there. Absolutely.
That was the difference of the game right there. So, again, we hope to have you next time when Attleboro hosts the winner of Bishop Feehan in Andover. The game will be here. We just don't know when. And we're not sure. There's got graduation on Friday and all sorts of senior activities, and who knows what's going on. I know Feehan already graduated, but Attleboro did not. I think you'll probably be at graduation, probably covered. No, double ACS will be there. So we want to thank you for listening and watching and joining us from where you were. I'd like to give a shout out to Prudence Island. I know my sister was watching. She figured out how to click the link button and got on. So thank you, Donna. Any chance I get to make fun of you was great. So
yeah.
No, we'd like to thank you for Pat. Thank you so much for doing the game, filling in. Paul, you missed a good one. Hope it's for a good reason. So
yeah, right.
He's out on an assignment. So once again, from Attleboro High School, Attleboro 6, Needham 4. Attleboro advances to the round of 8 with a now 18-4 record. Have a great night, everybody.
Balls AC, 8 Stack Road in North Attleboro, supports high school sports in our community at every level. Opened in the early 80s, owner Angelo